I am Dr.V.Uma Maheswari, Assistant Professor of English, Department of English, A.D.M College for Women, Nagapattinam. I am going to take paper 4 in part 2 English. The title of the paper is Short Stories for Effective Communication. I am going to take the lesson, the short story Diamond Necklace from Unit 5. This short story Diamond Necklace was written by A.D.M. Introduction of the story about the author. A.D.M. was born in 1850. He was one of the best short story writers in the world. He depicted human lives often in pessimistic terms. He wrote more than 300 stories. He also wrote novels, travel books, and poetry. His characters are all drawn from the middle class life and they reflect the true nature of life. He also experiences his experience in the short story he has written. He writes many of his experiences as a short story. The story became one of his most popular works. It tells the story of 19th century middle class French people. He also tells about the people life, their occupation, their nature of work, about their family, heritage, etc. in most of his short stories. In a fraction of seconds, their life exchanged entirely. Maupassant tells the story with a twist at the end. In all the stories, we could find some of the twist. The characters involved in this story, short story, Diamond Necklace, are the three characters. The first one is Matilda, next Monsieur Loisel, Madame Forestier. The first character, Matilda, she is a very beautiful woman. She wants to have everything with her, and she is a woman of vanity who married Loisel. Monsieur Loisel is the husband of Matilda. He worked in the Department of Education. He is earning a very small amount of salary. So she wants to become a rich. And she wants to have a very high life, but she could not able to live such a high life because her husband worked in the education department and he earned only a very meager amount of salary. And her friend, Matilda's friend, is Madame Forestier. She is a rich lady, a friend of Matilda, and Matilda wants to become like her friend. She wants to be very rich, but she could not be rich like her friend. Matilda was a charming woman. She is a very beautiful woman. She was very ambitious and she belonged to a middle class family. So since she belonged to a middle class family, she wanted to live like a very hi-fi family. She wanted to marry a rich man and enjoy the materialistic fortune. She was disappointed when she was married to Loisel because she had a dream of marrying a very good person with a high salary, but she married a man, clerk. Loisel, he was a clerk in the Department of Education. This was her first disappointment. She dreamt of marrying a very rich man, but she married only the clerk who is working in the education department. She was never satisfied with her family, that is the middle class lifestyle. She was not satisfied with her life. She craved for upper class lifestyle. This is her aim from her childhood. She wants to become like a very high-fi lady. As a beautiful woman, she felt that she deserved more. Since she was very beautiful, she wanted to live a very high-fi life and she wanted to be like a very rich lady. Mr. Loisel, he was a very gentle man. He tried to provide a happy life to his wife. Since he was a man of a middle class man, she wanted to pacify her wife to give more things and she wanted to pacify her. She tried hard to obtain the invitation for ministerial ball. The ministerial ball is a place where in her husband's department they had a party. The invitation couldn't have desirable reaction in Matilda. So Matilda was not very satisfied with the invitation, since in that party many rich persons will come. If she goes there, she will feel like something that she is like in a middle class family. She showed no interest and was worried about her poor wardrobe. Her husband sacrificed his savings, 400 francs, to get her a pretty evening gown. So with his savings, her husband bought her a very nice frock to her and gave it to her, but she was not satisfied with that frock because she wanted to have to put more jewels, since many rich people will came to that party. He had saved the money to buy gown for the shooting expeditions during the summer along with his friends. Due to her, since he had the savings, with that savings he bought a gown for his wife Matilda. Mr. Loisel thought he could borrow a necklace from Matilda's friend for the party. Matilda was not satisfied and she didn't have a piece of jewelry. Since she is from a middle class family, she didn't have any jewels with her. So she was craving for that and she got a gown, but she has no jewelry. But her husband made that he could get a jewel from her friend. She could be made fun of her poor status. She thought that many people would make fun of her if she goes without a jewel or some other thing. So her husband suggested a plan. As per the plan, she borrowed a diamond necklace from her rich friend Jenny Fostier. So her husband, due to the instigation of her husband, she borrowed a diamond necklace from her friend. That is, her friend was Jean Fostier. Matilda was happy to borrow diamond necklace in the black satin box. So she went to her friend's house and got a diamond necklace from her friend Jean Fostier. Matilda was the center of attraction of the ball. In the party, she was very beautiful. She was like a dancing doll. She wore a very good satin frock, and in that frock, she wore a glittering diamond necklace. So she was very beautiful, like a queen. So many of them attracted her. Almost all men wanted to dance with her. She also liked to dance with all men and women who came to the party. She enjoyed the attention and happily danced all through the night. She didn't even think of her husband. Her husband is a very nice man. He patiently waited for her wife till 4 o'clock in the morning. When they came out, her husband was concerned about the cold weather. So early morning the weather was very cold. So he wrapped her with a wrap, but this gesture was not welcomed by Matilda. Since it was cold, her husband wrapped her, but it was not liked by Matilda. She wanted to become very beautiful without having anything in her dress, in her makeup. She was conscious of the low quality rope. She thought that her husband, which he wrapped, the wrapper was a very low quality. She didn't want to have on her. So she left that. They took a shabby cab to their house in Rue de Martyrs. That they went to their house early in the morning. At home, Matilda found that the diamond necklace was missing. Early in the morning, they went to their house, they slept. When she woke up, she saw that the necklace was not found on her neck. So she was very hurried and tensioned. So she asked her husband to search for the necklace. Her husband searched all the way till Ball Hall. That is, he went all the way they came, and also he went to the party hall and inquired about the necklace to various people there, and he came without the necklace. So they didn't know where they stole the necklace. So he spent the whole day but in vain. They were very sad, that the Matilda and her husband Loisel, because they don't know where they left their necklace, since the necklace was borrowed from their friend Jenny. They are very afraid, since they have to give the necklace to their friend. So since it is a diamond necklace, they were very afraid how they could give that necklace to their friend Jenny. Finally, they bought a week time to return the necklace to her friend. So they informed their friend Jenny that they could give a necklace within a week. So they borrowed money from all sources and bought a new diamond necklace at the cost of 36,000 francs. Since Matilda and Loisel, they belong to a very middle class family, and he is a clerk. They didn't have such an amount to buy a new diamond necklace. So they borrowed money from various sources and they bought the necklace for 36,000 francs. Fortunately, Loisel has 13,000 francs with him. Their lives became miserable. Unfortunately, that is, Loisel, the husband of Matilda, had 13,000. With that amount, they borrowed money from some other friends and some other sources, and they borrowed a necklace. Matilda did all the household works and her husband worked for the extra hours. So Matilda, she did all the household work. She also went to work because they had to buy a new diamond necklace and give it to their friend Jenny. And her husband Loisel, he also worked for extra hours in his office. So they both worked hard and to get a new diamond necklace to their friend. Matilda had lost her beauty. So Matilda was always conscious about her beauty, but since they stole their necklace, they are very eager to give to their friend. So she didn't think of her beauty and she worked hard to repay the necklace which she got from her friend. They struggled hard to repay the debt for 10 years. So they struggled for 10 years. On Sunday morning, Matilda happened to meet Madame Forestier when she went out for a walk. Madame Forestier could not recognize Matilda because she has lost her original charm. That is, when Matilda went for a walk, she met her friend, but she friend couldn't, even she saw her, she didn't speak to her because Matilda was completely changed in her appearance because of working. Matilda told everything in detail. She also told her that she had toiled for 10 years along with her husband to clear the debt. So, in order to repay the amount which they bought the necklace, they have to work for 10 years. She told that story to her friend Jenny, but her friend was deeply moved by revelation and she told that finally she revealed the truth that the necklace was an imitation with false stone and worth of 500 francs. Since Matilda and her husband Loisel went to more various shops to get a necklace, diamond necklace, like what they received from their friend, the design, the size of the stone, everything. They searched to various shops and finally they got from one shop as such the old diamond necklace which they got from her friend Jenny. So finally they know that that necklace was an imitation one and the worth of this is 500 francs. Matilda was shocked and understood how small things had ruined her life. So she was very shocked and she worried how she worked every day and some mental stress in her to repay the debt and all that thing she realized. The revelation of truth was turning point in the story. The story is a very turning point. Matilda had learned a lesson that she had destroyed her peaceful life because of her vanity and false prestige. From the story, we learn that we should be satisfied with what we have. From the story, we learn that we should not think for higher and higher. We should be in our position what we have. We should be very satisfied with what we have. We should aim, but if we can aim. Without, we shouldn't aim. The story depicts greedy, vain woman's life get changed for the worse. The main causes for the change are greed and vanity. From the story, the conclusion, we could learn that we should not, we should be very correct and we should be what we are. We should not like to become a very high-fi and we should be satisfied with our things what we have. Since Matilda was want to live a very high-fi life, she bought a necklace, but she stole it, but she suffered for that for 10 years. So we shouldn't be like Matilda and we should live a very satisfied life with what we have. Thank you.